Today I'm going to show you how you can make a blind joint on a piece of aluminum extrusion so that you can have the strongest joint that you can make. I'll walk you through it all step by step, what kind of tools you're going to need, what kind of parts you're going to need, as well as to how to actually do that mount itself. Oh, and I'm Brogan Pratt. I've been teaching robotics and design professionally for over a decade now, so this is what I do on a day-to-day basis. Now this works for any bit of aluminum extrusion you have, whether it is an 80/20 brand name. This is aluminum extrusion from Misumi or some random supplier off of AliExpress. The technique is all be the same, while the quality of aluminum extrusion may or may not be. Aluminum extrusion itself comes in a couple different flavors. This is aluminum extrusion from Misumi, and you can purchase it with the ends already threaded, like this unit here, or you can purchase it with the ends unthreaded, like this unit here. Most standard aluminum extrusion you're going to find comes unthreaded. It's kind of nice with Misumi that you can get it threaded. If you do not have a tapped end, you're also going to need a tap. And taps come in two flavors. They come in a through-hole flavor that looks like this, in that this one is designed to go straight through a hole. Then they also have ones that are for blind holes, like so, which is what we're going to be doing for the most part in aluminum extrusion. So I highly suggest you get a tap like this because it helps for clearing out some of those chips a lot easier. And if you're going to be doing a tap, I'd also suggest you get yourself a couple of clamps. If you're not going to be tapping this, then you simply just need some sort of hex wrench to be able to drive in your screws. Now I've got a 16mm sort of flat head screw here. You want something that's nice and flat so that it can actually fit inside the aluminum extrusion, because what this is going to do is this flat head is going to sit inside like so. And then that's what actually is going to hold our two joints together. And if the aluminum extrusion you're using is 20mm by 20mm, you need an M5 hardware. You're also going to need some sort of jig for drilling a hole directly through. You don't need one of these per se, but it makes life way easier for lining up your holes. And then you need a 7mm drill bit. Now we're going to start with tapping the end thread hole here. If you already have a pre-tapped piece of aluminum extrusion, you can go ahead and skip past this step. I'll have a time link down below. Now what I like to do to be able to have this down is I like to set it up on a long side. I like to grab my clamps and I give this a good clamp down. These quick trigger clamps are super handy to have. And then the key here, as I'm tapping in on my drill here, I want to make sure that I have this directly parallel. I don't want to be driving down on an angle. I don't want to be driving up on an angle. And I also don't want to be driving sideways or sideways. Most drills on here have a 2-speed setting on them for 1 and 2, and I like to go down in the first gear here in this case, not because I need the extra torque, but because it makes it a lot easier. So I'm going to drive it into that hole, make sure that I'm nice and straight on. I'm going to start going nice and slow, and then go a little bit faster until we're about 20 mil in, and then I'll go engage reverse gear, and I'll make sure that I reverse out nice and straight. Again, making sure you're nice and straight all the way there, because you don't want to have a screw going in sideways. So at this point, it's time to drill the hole to be able to get through. And the purpose of this hole is not actually for doing any mounting, but it actually just allows us to get our tool to be able to go through the hole to then screw into the screw head that's going to be on the other side, like so. Because now we can actually get access to that tool to be able to get into that head to be able to screw it. Take a pencil and just make a mark at 10 centimeters in. I like to use jig itself because it makes it so much easier just to make sure that I'm always doing this. But again, a jig's really only necessary if you're going to be doing a whole bunch of these. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to take my piece and I'm going to clamp it down to my table with a couple quick clamps. So I'm going to quickly clamp this down so that my piece doesn't move on me. If you have a benchtop vise, using a benchtop vise is also a great time. And now this is where this great little jig comes in. Again, this one's from Misumi, but a lot of them, doesn't really matter what you have. This just has a little T-nut in here and two little guiding nuts, as well as a slot on the end, just to make sure that I am always grabbing 10mm from the edge, because as long as you're a centimeter in, that's where we need to be able to do our hole. So I'm going to line up this T-nut on the edge with our slot there, slide it through, and as I rest down, you notice that the head presses down. I can give it a good little clamp down, and now I can actually lift this up, give it a little twist around, and I can easily drill my hole all the way through there. So now I can line myself up. And if I had a much sharper drill bit, that would go through a lot quicker, but my drill bit itself is quite dull at the moment. So now I can go ahead and take this clamp out. And we've got a nice, clean, clear hole through which for us to be able to actually mount and get our tool through there. So once you have your hole fully drilled out here, the next part is to grab the threaded end of one of your extrusions and take your 16 to 20 mil and give that a full thread through. You want to get through until you've got about a few millimeters left. Maybe about 5 millimeters from the end is a pretty good starting point. Now, you can take your section with the hole through it and you can slide the head into that channel, just like that little slot right there. And once I've got those lined up, you can now see that you can see the head of the screw through that hole. And we can line this up with the fingers here. I like to grab my tool at this point, just get it hand tight. And then I need to make sure I square up my edges. So I'm going to grab my hands, give it a little flush, make sure I give it a little twist. And now I'm good to go ahead and fully mount it down. And now I have a nice, strong connection for aluminum extrusion that isn't going to come apart. I hope you found that helpful, and best of luck on your robotics project.